Yeah. So good afternoon to everyone. Thank you so much for your time. And sorry, because in the first email, I just say for the one for the schedule for the one webinar, but for me it's totally okay to have two. My name is Milena. I'm coming from ADPZ from Montenegro, and actually this is, I think, second time to work with LDA Mostar and with most of organizations who are now on the here on the webinar on the Zoom link. Actually, we are working from 1996, and from 2000 we are working a lot in the field of volunteering, activism, with the volunteers and everything what is relating with activism in the community. Also, on the other hand, we have another program, but now it's not too much important. For the start, I just want to say thank you to Merima, because I think that every time I send her 100 messages about the project, and one day she will kill me. And so Merima, do you want to say something?
Oh, yeah. Thank you all for being here, and welcome to the second slot or second term of this webinar. Actually, it's the same as this one. We just, Milena had an idea to make the second a time slot. Anyway, my name is Merima, and I'm a project manager for LDA Mostar, and also for this project called Ambassadors for Non-Formal Learning, YAMNFL2. Phase 2, and yeah, I wish you all the best in the continuation of this webinar. And thank you, Milena, for addressing your a lot of messages / questions on my WhatsApp.
Sorry, big sorry to you. Can block me on the weekend. Yeah,
Never.
For the start, maybe I know that some of you maybe I know, but I think that most of you I don't know. And because of the whole group, maybe it will be okay to say name, surname, and something what is happening to you like last 7 days, something nice. I can say on the start what is happening to me, something nice. We have like 6 or 7 free days, because first it was Labor Day, after that it was Easter, and it was so nice, like to be late, to be lazy or whatever. But after that, like to start work, it was so hard. But yes, we need to work. So who wants to start? Name, surname, something from organization, and something what is happening nice last 7 days.
I can go.
Okay.
So I'm Elisa, for the ones who don't know me. At this point, I think everyone besides Miloje. I work for TDM 2000, one of the partners in this project. I'm also responsible for coordinating this project on our behalf. Something nice that happened to me this week is that I booked a trip for the weekend, so I will go away, let's say, since tomorrow.
Nice. Take your time to enjoy.
Thank you.
Okay, I guess I can go next, if no one disagrees with that. So my name is Nikola, and I'm part of NGO Juventa, the Serbian organization which is partner in this project. And regarding the fact what was something nice which happened, 2 or 3 nights ago, it was the first semi-final of Eurovision, the week which I follow and blog for a Eurovision-related website, and my favorite qualified, which was Slovenia. So I'm really happy to cheer and support on Raven on Saturday, and it's going to be a crazy show, so I'm very excited for that. Even though there is one part of me which is not so excited because of the show, because of some other aspects, which I will not talk about now, but never mind, nevertheless. It's amazing, it's crazy, it's party, let's enjoy.
So it's not Croatia and baby lasagna, it's Slovenia.
Mine is Slovenia, but also, of course,
No, just
Serbia,
kidding, yeah.
Croatia, Kingdom of Serbia, Croatia, and Slovenia is sticking together till the end. So yeah, definitely we are part of that, and it will be quite enjoyable. Also, there are some other great songs such as Norway, Switzerland, and several others, but we will see what will happen, and it's quite enjoyable and exciting show, even though there are some technicalities and minor problems with the show itself this year, but never mind, not to address them now.
Thank you, Nicola. Maybe we can make a online podcast after Eurovision to say your What are you thinking
Definitely,
about?
I would
Yeah.
gladly take part of that. Even like I have a lot of things to say, but some things should rather maybe not be spoken about now because not to have
Yeah.
time
Or to
taken
make
out
free
of the
night in
webinar.
Podgorica for the
Yeah,
Eurovision,
definitely.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Elia, Miloje, NGO Juventa. Ciao,
Yes,
Elia.
hello. Hi, I'm Elia. I'm from Sardinia with TDM, currently in Cagliari. Nice thing is that it's getting warm and finally we can enjoy a bit the sea, the beach, and go back.
Finally,
It's nice. Nice to meet you all.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. Yeah. Miloje or NGO Juventa? Or Andrea?
Hello, my name
ciao,
is
yeah.
Diana, and I'm really sorry. Here is very noisy. We are hosting today and tomorrow one event, and I will be very short. I'm president of NGO Juventa, also one of the partners in this project.
One of the participants, which I know.
I will not be.
Yeah, thank you so much. Miloje, Andrea told that she or he, I don't know, in our country is she, but it's he, huh?
It's a he.
Yeah, he has some technical issues. And Milo, it's here or not? Because maybe it's nice in the office, so I think that. Okay. Yeah, people, thank you so much one more time for your time to be here on the webinar. Because of your time and another things, I will try to be so shortly to have more time to finish the obligations before weekend. From now, I will
Just Milena,
Ciao.
sorry. Mila is
Andrea,
in the library,
yeah.
following from the library, so there needs to be quiet, and he apologizes for not
Don't
being
worry.
able to.
Yeah. You can text us. Ciao, Andrea. Your microphone is working or not?
Un po'. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, good. Hello, I'm Andrea from Cagliari.
Ciao, Andrea from Cagliari.
And I also know Elia and Elisa. We're in the same team. So hi.
Yeah. So now I will share a screen. Most of you, I think, know. Just a second. First to share. This is yeah. Can you see?
Yes.
Super. Just a second. What is this? Yeah. Like this, it's much better. I know that most of you know everything about the project, but as you know, this is the first webinar, actually second, but the first, about the project Young Ambassadors of Non-Formal Education. The second level, the first level was before 2 years. Actually we did, from my point of sight, a lot of good things and something what is related with youth. What I forgot to say in the first webinar, in the second I can say that this project helped us a lot when we worked on a national strategy for youth with Ministry of Youth and Sport here in Montenegro, and a lot of things from the project helped us to make some kind of nice activities when we are talking about promoting non-formal education, especially in elementary and high schools. This project, Youth Ambassadors of Non-Formal Education of Oral Learning, has the aim to strengthening the capacity of young people, aiming to improve and strengthen their skills and competencies through innovative methods which will contribute to greater employability of youth in EU and Western Balkan countries. As I said, the main point is on formal education, but on the other side is how to resolve unemployability of young people here on Western Balkan on Western Balkan and EU countries. From the previous project, you can find a lot of results on the site of LDA Mostar. I think also on the pages of Youth for Society, TDM, and also from on ADPZ and another organization who were part of the project. What was very funny is that on the first, how to say, level part of this project, I think, Merima, that we had 11 partners, and it was so hard, like, to coordinate it and to have all things on one place in the same time. But Maya and Merima did a great job on these things to have everything. Now I think that we have now we have 5 or 6 partners on this project. Most of you, I know that you know that you know what is formal, informal, and non-formal learning, and what is importance actually of non-formal education. And maybe I can ask you, the formal institutions like high schools and universities in your country, how they are looking on non-formal education. They support, like, your
So
organization
in the case of
non-formal?
Serbia,
Yeah.
what can I, like, regarding that, I can say that it is definitely a different situation from the personal aspect of professor to professor, because the school itself doesn't have necessarily a program which structurally supports, like, even high schools and faculties and everything. But in some cases, on some faculties, there are some ECTS credits being given in order to support volunteering and non-formal education and gaining some other skills through it. But also it depends from professor to professor. Personally, what I experienced during high school, for example, is that I had a professor who was always saying things against volunteering and being part of youth office in Serbia and many other NGOs when I was in high school. And she always complained that I was not there for the tests because I need to be there for my formal education, for all of the tests which I need to cover and all of the things, and it's not possible to postpone them, etc., etc. And regarding that, there is also another professor. She was the professor of English language and literature, and she literally always gave me a chance to explain what was the experience on the project, because I was taking part in many local and Balkan projects, so I could have shared the experience which I gained through those on the classes of English language. So it is really depending from personal aspects of one professor to another. Some encourage, some don't. So definitely that's the situation.
And your country support you, like, in non-formal education. Country like country, does they support non-formal education?
In general, I would say that they do, but there is still some structural aspects which needs to be followed and regulated, because in Serbia, the situation is as follows. We have interestingly written laws on paper. They're amazing. They function well on paper written, but when we need to put them in practice, there are some things lacking, definitely. So I guess that's the situation which is happening also with the non-formal education. We support everything, but let's see how it will be done in practice.
Yeah, like in our country, we have everything is nice on the paper, but in the life, when you need to work something, it was so hard. They don't do anything. They are doing, but not like how they need to do. Anyone else?
I can share something for Italy, especially the point of view as youth worker or a person who goes and does activities in the school, and maybe Andrea and Elia can say more something of, I don't know, their point of view on being students in a high school or university. So I would say that generally the schools are very open to do activities based on the methodology of the non-formal education. Some of them are hesitant at first when they don't know what is about, but every time that we have had the occasion to do, I don't know, a single activity or something more, they have always appreciated, and we do many of these activities. And also, especially in the high schools, there is a national program called the PCTO, which is let's say pathways for learning soft skills based on different non-formal and informal methodologies. So occasionally with the organization we do, and we go and do different activities and are very good welcomed.
Yeah, thank you. Anyone else? Does anyone from Italy wants to add something?
Yes, so personal experience during high school time, I remember like there was zero time according to the school for any extra activities that were outside of the national program. So maybe they would give some extra classes of English, I remember. Like only that. Then they would actually, pay some teachers that were native speakers, and that's it for high school. Well, while elementary school, they like to do some non-formal education on small handcraft projects, for special events like holidays, stuff like that, but not very much. While my experience in Croatia was way different. So I worked there, with elementary, middle, and high school. And high school, they appreciated some non-formal education, but they didn't have very much time. They were very busy studying anyways, because I was working with fifth-year classes, so they had diploma. They were very busy, and also fourth class didn't have very much time. But middle school and elementary school, they really appreciated. They actually had 1 hour of the week assigned to non-formal education, and in general to extracurricular activities, which could be something very easy, like I don't know, speaking with teachers about problems or matters, or going deeper on some arguments, or I don't know, even something could be learning a new skill. So very way different the approach.
Yeah, it depends. Like here in Montenegro, it's really depends. Actually, organizing some kind of non-formal education activity in elementary and high school, especially in high school, you need to ask for the permission, Ministry of Education, and you need to wait like a paper that you can go in the school more than 1 month. Before, I think 2-3 years after Corona, we are contact point for the Good Deeds Day network for Montenegro. We organized Good Deeds Day in whole Montenegro, and we want to go at schools to present the program, make info sessions and everything. And they sent said permission to, and they sent the paper with permission to Ministry of Education, and they never send me any paper or just answer you can or you cannot organize info sessions. We didn't have any kind of paper for them, so it really depends. And it really depends from the school to school and from the professor to professor. Now we have one program also for youth in three cities in Montenegro, and also we need to go in schools to organize that kind of actions in schools. And some kind of professors said, okay, you can organize actions in schools, but you need to wait to finish with the formal classes, and after formal classes, kids or adolescents can stay to organize, can stay to be part of the action. It's not the point. Also, it's not the point to skip the class, but the point is to see how non-formal education is functioning in the community. But also we have the good examples, not only the bad. Here I write some benefits of non-formal education, so I will not read. You can see this is, and also you can add from your point of sight what is your benefits of non-formal education on the other hand, because you have enough experience. It's flexibility, self-initiative. One from my point of sight, what is okay, and what I love so much is that we don't have any kind of rules. Actions, actually we write our rules and write how we will organize any kind of action, and I think this is one of the best actually benefits of non-formal education. Also we have no limitations, what is also okay when we organize some kind actions, especially on the street. What I want to add here is that lifelong learning, friendships, and what volunteers said, for the benefits of non-formal learning in our organization, is that we learn them to have open mind, to think what they want to organize, and we give them that space to make some kind of initiative. If you want to add some benefits of non-formal learning before we start with the part of volunteering, you can say.
I mean, more or less, they're all mentioned here. Just I personally, as much as I love, because no rules reminds me on the Finnish song of Eurovision. Sorry for the Eurovision puns, but they're everywhere in my case. As much as I like and I support that it's written no rules, I do believe that there are several things which need to be respected even during non-formal learning, and there is some structure to it, and there are certain rules which need to be followed, but they're more loosened up and they're not so structure oriented and so like formally oriented and treated. So I would rather say there is room for mistake, because in non-formal learning you can make a mistake and you can learn through it and you can grow through it, unlike informal, because informal everything is put into a way that you're being rated for your success, and in non-formal you're not rated for your success in that way, but you can do some trial examples and then based on them you can improve yourself and later on continue to grow.
Yeah. And for me, like non-formal learning is like medicine. All the time you learn something new. Sorry.
If I will just add something very quickly. I think one of the best things of the non-formal learning is that you don't feel like you have to prove yourself and that you need to show how good you are at something, because there is not really an evaluation of how good you are at anything. So it just makes it more comfortable for you to contribute and say whatever you know or would like to say in general.
Yeah, you're right. I totally agree with you, and I forgot to say that. Okay, I hope also that not hope, but I think that you have experience in volunteering, and as I said, ADPZ is a national voluntary service, and from 2000 we are working a lot in the field of volunteering. I don't know, we did a lot of I know what I said, like I don't know, we did a lot of big actions, like Let's Do It Montenegro, where we had more than 12,000 people in one day on the streets in the whole country, organizing a world of volunteering and everything. And before I started to work here, I was volunteer here. So now it's so funny because on the one hand, I know how it's looking when you are on the other side, and on other side, you need to listen what young people want from the volunteering, what they want to learn, here in ZID, we define volunteering as a non-profit and unpaid activity by which individuals contribute to the well-being of their community and the entire society. And also, after that, you will see one barometer for volunteering. And also, if something volunteering, we talked to volunteers and said, you can remember these 4 things, is that the volunteering is if the person performs an activity of his or her own free will. There is no salary or something that they receive. There is a benefit to a third party of society, and they invested knowledge, skills, and effort. And I want to add time, of course, because time is a big part of the volunteering. Now, we have actually this presentation is a part. Just a second. Sorry. Actually, this presentation about volunteering is a part of the training for volunteers about volunteering management here in ZID for the new volunteers. So here is a barometer, and maybe we can discuss what is volunteering, what is not. And the first sentence said that only the employed people can volunteer. What are you thinking?
but obviously not. And I think that at least Elia, Andrea, that I know very well, Nicola as well, we all have
Just a second,
volunteering.
sorry. Yes, pojavit ću ti čim završim. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, you can start.
Can I? Okay. Have our own volunteering stories. So I think would be nice also to maybe share those as well. So I in the same case as you, I was also volunteering in the organization, then I kept working there, but also I've been volunteering since I was 15 years old. When I was in high school, so I was not unemployed. I didn't give blood only, I gave also other valuable things like time and consistency. And sometimes I was rewarded with I don't know, financial reimbursements and so on, but not always. And the most important thing is that no one was, making me go there. I wanted to go.
That's a good point, but you say that you volunteer more than 15 years, and maybe you can say from your point of view, and also I will share after you my opinion, experience, and you can share also, when you were young, in the high school, did you have that kind of stories with your friends? Okay, Irisa, you spent your time on the bad way, why you need to volunteer, why you want this, or something like that?
Well, not really. I don't think so, because I was very enthusiastic about the things that I was doing. There were cool stuff that then I would tell to my friends as well, and sometimes also drag them in these events, and also my sister, for example. But it was no, I wouldn't say I have had this kind of discussions. Then again, this doesn't mean that they were doing the same as me or that they see the value in doing them themselves, but at least they never expressed it to me.
Yeah, my friends had a lot of prejudice when I volunteer in the high school. Because of that, I ask you, because it depends from the country to country. Nicola,
not only from country to country, like it's as I said, also from the professor side, it's individual. Also from every person's side, what are they thinking about it and how are they perceiving it. But if you ask me, I do believe that anyone should be able to do what they want with their free time and however they want, unless like try to find a way how you can contribute to yourself or to the society and not attacking anyone. So if you're not doing something to harm another one, for me everything is okay. And with that in mind, I was doing the things which I wanted with my free time. I was not harming my professor based on the fact that I was not attending a class, because I had opportunity to not be present in the class. And that was okay, because it was justified by the fact that I was doing something better for the community or for a bigger cause, or even for myself personally. So I used that advantage and the opportunity which was given to me, and I'm very thankful for that. Some of my classmates were having trouble with that because there were students who misused the opportunity to volunteer, and they tried to find whenever there is a time that there will be a test, so that they are absent and that they go, I don't know, make a graffiti or do some artistic work or something nice for the community and make their time more pleasant. But as long as you're not mistreating it, it's all good from my side. So it really is definitely individual aspect. And again, I think in case of Serbia, it is starting to be more or less the same, because now my younger brother is in high school, and some students in high school are not so interested into volunteering, because it always seems like when you're in that volunteering bubble that everyone around you is engaging and trying to change something in the local community. But it's different from generation to generation, and there are some different troubles and problems which they're facing. So it's completely different story every time.
Thank you so much. And do you think that the blue donor is a volunteer?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
It could be considered that a blood donor is a volunteer. if you in a way, because you're kind of making, if you look at it from the aspect that you're giving back to your community and to your country something, and you're making it better because there are necessary reserves of blood which need to be respected, and you're giving your blood, sweat, and tears, as we have a song in Serbian, and also you're giving your energy and free time, and also that. But as I said, as long as you're not mistreating it, because in high school for me it happened because I couldn't have been a blood donor back then, based on some health issues, but my friends were, and half of them did it for the humanitarian reasons, and half of them did it for the fact that they will be giving them a free day in school, and that they will be skipping school. So it's like, again, in the middle. You cannot say that it's precisely yes or no, but I would say that I could consider people who are blood donors as a volunteers because they're contributing to the community and making it better.
Elisa, you want to add something?
No, I didn't hear the question in the beginning.
Okay.
But I think so. And also,
It's not.
Here in Italy, when you give blood, you don't have to go at the work that day. So
Here, of course, yeah. But
it's a
the blood
win-win for everyone.
Yeah, the blood donor, it's not a volunteer, it's a humanitarian action, because it's a part of your human organ. And actually it's not volunteering. This is one of the questions when we had a training, like I think in October. It was so loud in the space because it's yes, it's not, it's yes, yes, it's not. This helping a neighbor to build a house, it's a volunteering, so I don't want to discuss about that. But maybe, do you think that volunteering it costs organization or volunteer?
There is definitely some value and something in it, not only by the product which was created later on, but what you put into it. So it's except all of the facts which we previously mentioned, given the time, the resources, because the volunteer needs I don't know, energy. If someone is sleepy and tired, they cannot build the house or make or give any help with the blocks or anything. If they're hungry, I mean, you cannot force a person to work if they're hungry. And for all of that, you need some sort of resources. So someone needs to, I don't know, at least prepare food or something. So it's not that it's completely free of charge and it costs nothing. Even the projects itself, as much as some organizations try to showcase them as free activity, like it's free of charge for you, everything is paid, everything is covered. Yes, someone paid it. I mean, the donor or the funds are provided, but someone put their money for it. So was it a tax payer or someone else? It doesn't matter. It is free from your side because you're giving something. But I do have a problem when a lot of people are perceiving volunteering and in general those activities as completely free of charge. Because of that fact, we are later facing internships which are completely free and not paid, and we're having a lot of problems with that, because I do believe that internship work should be also definitely paid and not voluntarily. I mean, voluntarily maybe a couple of weeks until you get into the work itself, but definitely it's something which a lot of people and companies and firms are mistreating and misusing. So that's a problem which I have with it.
We have the same problem here in Montenegro. Actually, we have that kind of law of volunteering. It's not a law of volunteering, it's a law of voluntary work. And they are define volunteering as an internship, and it's not paid to people. And on that way, you cannot make affirmative and positive ambient for volunteering anywhere, especially here in Montenegro. In 2020 or 90, I forgot, I think 2020, we had that working group and we made a new law of volunteering, but they didn't accept because they said, okay, I don't see a problem with this law of voluntary which we have. And because of that, we have a lot of problem, especially with young people. We have young people who are volunteering in the institutions more than 2-3 years. and they don't have any salary. They said, okay, we will give you a job. First, you need to volunteer, but they are volunteer a lot, 2 or 3 years, and after that, maybe they started to work in these institutions or not. Is anyone wants to add something? Okay, volunteer straighten the position of employees, of course not, and internship work should be voluntary. Before, 2 seconds, we speak, Nicola spoke a lot about it. This is some rights and obligation of volunteers. I will just read. To have someone to talk to about work, to be appreciated and praised. Before I continue, I just want to say that in the first webinar, we have a lot of young people. They have experience in non-formal education, but they are not working with young people. And because of that, I made this kind of presentation because of them, to understand more what is volunteering, what is not. To know what is expected of you and to whom you are responsible, to have all the necessary information about the job and the organization, to know how to turn to in case of help, to get something for yourself through work, make mistakes and learn from them. Also, what we point is that it's totally okay to say no. To know how and why you were chosen, to know what your rights and if something goes wrong, to advance in work through various types of education, to develop and change, to regularly receive constructive information about your work, to be part of team, not be discriminated, to be asked and consulted, to have your own opinion, beliefs and feelings, to change your mind or decision, to be angry, and to be happy while volunteering. And also volunteers have the obligations to reliable perform to work given to you, to meet the standards set by the organization in the work, to complete the agreement, to perform work in accordance with the organization's goals and values, to inform the organization in the case of no show or delay. We have a big problem with this because I think in most cases they never say, okay, I will not come. They just we don't see them. To be honest, if problem arise, to ask for support if you need it, to attend training or education and to support activities that are part, to give a constructive opinion if necessary, to accept constructive comments, to respect confidentiality and to enjoy, and to try to respect others' rights in the same way. I think that on this webinar we have only one participant from Montenegro. You will meet all of them on the design thinking in Podgorica. Yeah, this is some kind
Milena,
of.
if I can just add a thing.
Of course.
With the no-show and all of the things previously mentioned, I think that's the problem which was caused by the formal education, based on the fact that you cannot say no and you cannot disappear from the formal classes, and it's mistreated and it's considered as something which is bad. So also the problems which people and youngsters are in generally having with their families is that they need a place and safe space to not share something, so to have it hidden. And in that case, they feel that they are disappointing someone if they are saying that they will not appear. And that's the reason when they are not saying it, but because of that, they're actually creating a bigger problem than they were thinking. Because a no-show and when they are not appearing and when they when they say we will be there at that time and they disappear, that's a problematic part, and it's something which needs to be done. So I feel like it's a work in progress with all of the previously mentioned things, but I fully feel for you when you're saying that you're facing that, and a lot of people are maybe sometimes experiencing it and they rather switch to make the decision that they will not show instead of not saying it.
Yeah, and I think that COVID made a lot of problems, especially in the community. Yes, it was okay to learn people what is empathy and how you can help to the another guy or woman. But on the other hand, they learn young people to be at home, to not go anyone outside. And I think that for the parents, it's totally okay that for the kids, okay, it's better to be at home, to know that, okay, you are at home and that's it. And it's make a big problem because people, especially young people, they don't know anything. They don't know how to speak, how to talk with someone else. This is some kind of motivation of volunteering, and why people it's volunteering. It's like altruism, a film of self-satisfaction, socializing and meeting other people, expanding specific knowledge, training and gaining new experience, contribution to the work of the organization or institution in which one volunteers, and professional contacts. And also what I want to add here, it's travel, because most of volunteers say, okay, I'm volunteering because I travel a lot. It's totally okay to have like a motivation for volunteering. We are looking for our volunteers to give them a word for the good volunteering, or just to say them hello in the another way. We never give them money, we just give them a word, for example, to go 7 days on training, for example, in Cagliari or something like that, on some Erasmus project. Yeah, this is the last part. It's some questions what you need to answer before you organize action. When I want to organize the activity, what I want to achieve, and what is the benefit for the community from this activity. In Montenegro, in Podgorica, on the 5-day training, it will be full 5 days. You will learn how to organize action, how to define problem, how to stand and say, okay, this is okay, this is not okay, and I don't want to bother you with more informations. So from my point of sight, that's it. What I want to say is that before 15 minutes, we find accommodation for you, and it was so hard to find because it's summer. It was totally accommodation. It's totally nice. It's one hotel, like 10 minutes by car, 20 minutes by walk from the center. Also, I sent info pack to all partners, and I think on the last side, on the last page, you have Google link, so it will be cool to fill in when you buy tickets, and also it will be okay to have number of participants from your country, like just number of girls and boys, to make. I just asked because of rooms and everything. Also, I will update info pack with accommodation, so it will be totally okay to send to the participants. Thank you so much for your time. I will make it shortly. I have more slides here, but it's totally okay. Just a second to stop share screen. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoying weekend. For any information or something, if you need about Design Thinking Lab and place here in Podgorica or whatever, you can just text me. So thank you one more time, and see you soon.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Elena.
Ciao.
Ciao. Bye bye.
Bye.
Oh.
Thank you all.
Ciao.
Bye.